Let's just go over about persona. What are they? This goal of personas is just a way to represent, and that's all they are, and they're a guideline. You just want to represent who you're designing for. So who's your target audience? Ideally, these personas, they're based on the target audience. Now, ideally, the information that you want to use in your personas is related to the project. So you have your product, and then you have the people that you're trying to aim. So personas that just help you to understand them. They also help you to communicate with your team by working with developers, working with engineers, working with UX writers, working with illustrators, working with product managers, there's a lot of people. When you think about it as a persona, okay, and when this persona has a name, that changes things. And one of the things that research has shown is that when you have a few personas, very few personas, it's easier for you to empathize. As soon as you try to say, well, this is going to be for a group, your empathy just kind of goes down, because to us, it's really hard to try to understand a group of people. So to say, hey, this product's going to be used by 100 people, extremely hard to try to relate. But if it's like, hey, this is for Jim, and Jim does this, and Jim, I thought, okay, well, that's easier. So personas just allow us to empathize, understand who this end user is, what they do, what they care about, and by working with developers and other teams, we can all refer to the same thing, to the same persona. So for example, showing a wireframe to a developer or engineer, you can say, hey, you know what, we're designing this for Dahlia. Oh yeah, right. So this is what Dahlia likes. This is what Dahlia does. Okay, so how will Dahlia use this? And it just changes the entire conversation between user, Dahlia, two completely different things. Now, personas are a guideline. They're based on metrics. But if I base this persona out of like, hey, this has something in common here. You know, I saw this pattern, or I saw this pain point. Okay, that's ideally one thing to deal with these personas. Right? So they should not be 100% based on one customer. It should be, getting a few customers' profiles into one, so it becomes a fictional persona, but it's using behaviors that are real. So ideally, that's what you want. So you can get the personas or creating personas through Google Analytics. So someone might give you a sales report, and then you'll see information about your users. And then you can start, that will give you an idea of what people are doing. Now, you can also use it, you can follow up with surveys, or you can write a survey, you can do an interview or a bunch of interviews. The idea of the persona is to have a deep understanding of the user. Otherwise, they're just another metric.